Hey everyone, we got another video covering all the best moments from the last 100 hours in Gregtech New Horizons as we continue our mission for the Tier 7 rocket. This one starts after the last video in the series on day 7 as we begin construction on the Naquadah processing line. We also worked on planning out the Naquadah line, which I've been working on this morning and also last night. So I done my homework. We laid out all the machines in the last stream, but yeah, I went ahead and added signs and labels. So we now have a machine assigned for each part of the process, and I left myself some notes here along the way. So we'll see how this comes together. This is of course going to be our objective today. We got the subnet set up yesterday. But yeah, today is about plugging it in and trying to get Naquadah, enrich Naquadah, and Naquadria. So we have quite a lot of energy hatches here. IV energy hatch. So basically everything is going to be EV, and there's a couple of processes which will run at IV. So yeah, I want to show you guys the flowchart again. We're going to run off that. So fortunately, I want to shout out Cobra again for putting these together. You can find these in the GTNH Discord and the flowchart channel. He has very kindly put these together for the community. For the GTNH community, and yeah, this is going to help us out a lot. So we'll start with Naquadah processing, which is this. This is going to be the majority of it. This is the biggest line. And yeah, we'll just start at the beginning. So we have, fortunately, this as Naquadah start. So you'll notice here Naquadah oxide mixture dust. This is one of the things that we're getting from Tier 4 planets. We get this from ore processing. And I've mentioned this before, but this is essentially like platinum metallic powder dust, where it's going to be the primary input source to our Naquadah line. And this is what kickstarts the whole process. So we need to mix that with fluoroantimonic acid, which we make from hydrofluoric acid and antimony pentafluoride. So we have hydrofluoric acid. We're making that from... Oh, actually, this is fully recycled. So anything in red here, I think there's a table on the right somewhere. Oh, the legend, yeah, down here. So anything in red is something that needs to be primed, and I think it's fully recycled. I'm pretty sure it's fully recycled. No, yeah, let's start in order. I think it's best just to start in order. Keep things in order. Even though we don't have fluoroantimonic acid, we'll still set up this electric blast furnace first. Oh, this is not a good start, is it? I've already labeled one wrong. The very first one is in a blast furnace, and I've put it in LCR. Brilliant start, boys. Brilliant start. Oh, perfect. That was just eyeballed right there, but yeah, I guess it works. Alright, so we've got channels. We don't need dense cable here. However, this is on subnet. This is on our Naquadah subnet. So mainnet is orange right here out of the P2P. And then it's quartz fibered into some ME controllers. So this is a completely separated network. Specifically for the Naquadah line. And so because our Naquadah oxide mixture dust, this thing right here is on mainnet, we're getting this from our ore processing system, right? So let's just check how much we have. Oh my goodness. 136k. That's decent. 136k Naquadah oxide mixture. That's amazing, but regardless, that's on the wrong network. So that's actually on our... it's not even on mainnet, it's on Platline subnet, or sorry, ore processing subnet, it's on the green net, it's on this one. Because it's output of the ore processing system. We do have an interface between ore processing and mainnet, so we need to do that again here at the Naquadah line. And we need to pass fluids and items between networks. So this is where things get a bit tricky, but well, not tricky, but sometimes difficult to understand. And I'm not always the best at explaining this. I think if the subnet is going to handle fluids, you'll need a discretizer. No, we don't need a discretizer. That's only if you're going to do autocrafting, but we're not going to do autocrafting on the subnet. We do, however, need a interface on mainnet. Yes, interface on mainnet. Request Naquadah oxide mixture. Hide it from the interface terminal. And then storage bus on the subnet. I do want an anchor here. Like that. Storage bus on the subnet. And we'll have this on low priority. Because it's not just going to be Naquadah oxide mixture. But essentially what this allows us to do is pull the Naquadah from our mainnet, which is in, well, technically from the ore processing subnet into the subnet. I know I'm saying subnet a lot here. Into Naquadah line via the storage bus. This will be an extract only. And so now it should show up here in the blast furnace. Hey 3, how are you holding up after so much gregging? Are you still sane? Absolutely not. I'm holding on by a thread. You guys are keeping me sane. Okay, so we just set up this blast furnace here. Fluoroantimonic acid is hydrofluoric acid plus antimony pentafluoride made from a distillation tower. Okay, so what you guys are seeing here, we went through a lot of actually in the next few streams as we set up the Naquadah line. Basically referring to the flowchart, which is excellently put together by Cobra. And then matching up the correct material type, items and fluids with the right machine type via fluid export buses and stocking buses, output buses, digital hatches, and so on. But yeah, it was quite tedious. It took a very, very long time. But actually I had a lot of fun doing it. It was quite enjoyable. It just takes a lot of time and therefore it's quite difficult to recap here. If you're interested in all the nitty-gritty details, then I encourage you to check out the full VODs, which are available in the playlist and on the channel. But for now, we're going to skip ahead quite a bit. I hope all the context remains, but yeah, check out the VODs if you want all the details here. I missed the last stream. What do we actually need Naquadah and Naquadria for? Good question. Yeah, that's maybe something I've only mentioned once or twice, but yeah, Naquadah is used mainly for silicon bulls, which is the upgrade to phosphorus doped monocrystalline silicon bull. And this you cut into wafer, and wafer you engrave into different lenses. So like ASOCs, system on chips, PIC wafers, which are used in energy hatches. Central processing units are used in circuits to make nano CPUs, qubit wafers. That's like HV-EV circuits, as you can see right here. Naquadria is also used in wire form, so we need the ingot for various machines and crafts. Naquadah dust is mixed into stellar alloy. It's mixed into adamantium alloy, which we'll need all this for fusion. Fluxed electrum is the next tier of coil, I believe, after Naquadah. So that's another blast furnace coil upgrade right there. Trinium Naquadah alloy, I'm not sure what that's used for. Naquadah alloy, we need that for the coils. Fuels, I think you can fusion react this. Yeah, you can use this for power, I believe. Yeah, it's used in a lot of different processes. It's very, very important. Almost as important as platinum. Holy moly, 1 million viewers, that's crazy. Don't scare me. The reason I don't check the view count is because it makes me nervous, so don't. I'm just here on my own. I'm just playing some Gregtech. I'm just building an Naquadah line. I'm just chilling out. Having a good time this afternoon. There's only a couple of you guys sitting behind me. Just chilling out while we do this. That's all there is to it. Yeah. Let's check our flowchart to see what the next stages is going to be. I think it's going to be the neutron activator. This one we have to neutron activate for Naquadah oxide mixture, which is the input to the whole system again. So we get some of that back. We also get concentrated Naquadah sludge dust. Oh, this is the input to enrich Naquadah, which goes through the second neutron activator. That's right. Alright, so we need to actually build the machine. We haven't built a neutron activator. And I believe we're going to need 3, so this might take us a couple of hours to build, to be honest. So just to refresh your memory, we had to build our precise assembler in order to craft the neutron activator, which is what we started this whole stream journey with. Our goal was to craft the precise assembler, which we now have. And so we have to craft the neutron activator inside this, which looks like this: molten tungsten carbide, molten stainless steel, high computation station Mark IIs, EV emitters, and neutron sources. So we do have high computation station Mark 1, we don't have Mark 2, so let's add this one. I think most of this stuff we should have. I don't know if we have molten signalium and lumium. Hey 3, at work right now, so I'll catch you in the VOD. I'll see you there. Well, I won't see you there, but greetings to Toast Hunter in the future. I hope you had a fun time at work. Or at least a bearable time. I don't know. Depends where you work. So I think it's a... Is it a screwdriver, or can we do it here? Yeah, precise mode. This is what we want. And this is the reason we can't do it in a regular assembler. Yes, perfect. High computation station Mark IIs. Nice, it made it. It made it. That's awesome. So obviously there's no way to change it over automatically, I think. So we're going to have to come over here and switch to precise mode whenever we want precise mode. But there's only a handful of recipes in the game which require precise mode, and eventually we'll have more than one precise assembler. So let's see if there's anything else we need for the neutron activator, and it looks like no, there isn't. We're going to request 3. And of course we'll also have to craft the rest of the multi-block. This is a multi-block structure, so that's the best pronunciation I've seen from an English-speaking person. I'm half Portuguese, and I suspect you're half Portuguese, or you are Portuguese as well. Yeah, what is that, by the way? Like that you guys are saying in chat right now? SIUU, where does that come from? I've seen that all over the place, but I have no idea where that comes from. Am I just completely, like, out of touch here, or what? Hello, 98 Fox. Siu? What is that? Ronaldo? Okay, I know who Ronaldo is, but... What? That doesn't make sense to me. It's a scream from Ronaldo as a football player. Yeah, I know who Ronaldo is. Like, you have to be completely disconnected if you don't know who Ronaldo is, but... It's a meme? Okay. I'm not well versed in memes. It's a celebrate. Oh, right, okay. I see. I'm also not a football fan either, so I'm not, I have no idea when it comes to football or anything like that. He screams in celebration. Okay, I see. Now it makes more sense. Alright, yeah, we have to switch this back and forth from precise mode to normal mode just to get this crafted. Alright, what else do we need for this? I also heard you guys saying that... Oh, wait. Speeding pipe? Alright, we don't have recipes for that. We'll need to add that. And then neutron sensors. This is what makes the neutron activator special. So instead of taking power, it takes MEVs, or kinetic energy. Not like create, by the way. It's it's a bit different, but still, I'll show you. Why is this not craft? Okay, there we go. One to go. Okay, so you'll need this machine to process Naquadah in the future. This machine is different from most multis. It needs to use neutron acceleration, this special hatch instead of energy hatch to keep it running. The accelerator will increase the neutron kinetic energy, NKE, and when the NKE is between the requested number, you can see an NEI, the machine will work and output the right products. However, if you turn on the neutron activator when NKE doesn't meet the requirement, it will still consume your input material but output trash. So be careful with the NKE when you run this machine. When all neutron activators aren't running, NKE will decrease by 72 keV per second. Neutron activator will explode when NKE is over 1200 MeV. Alright, not bad. Look at this, it's pretty much identical to the regular energy hatch, but it takes extra stuff just because it does. Every EU can be transformed into 10 to 20 electron volts neutron kinetic energy. And then also an inverter, which is assembler. Oh boy. Quartz crystal is also in the precise assembler. Oh, I remember doing this. Plastic case. What on earth? What even is this? Wrong diode type. Special ceramic plating. Are you kidding me on? Gregtech, come on. Come on, look at all these recipes here. Why stop with videos? There's a couple of reasons I decided to stream and stop videos. The first reason is that it's really difficult to make videos when you're at this stage of the game. Like, for all of you guys who have been here for all 8 days, I mean, you guys know, right? We've basically been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, I'm complaining about the same things. Even though we're passing some really big milestones. And like some of this stuff, like if you tune in for a while, you're like, how on earth do you make a video out of this? And I asked myself the same question as well, and it's so difficult to make a video out of this. At least one that's not like 5 hours long, which is basically a stream anyway. Because you have to explain every single little thing you're doing, and it takes forever in a video. Like, a lot of it is not self-explanatory in GTNH. One of the philosophies I have when making videos is show don't tell, which is like I guess a filmmaking idiom as well. Is that a word, idiom? A filmmaking saying, where you should show the audience, not tell the audience in general. So I try to stick to that as much as I can. But with GTNH specifically, there's so many things that need explained. And I feel like also if you guys are not on the same page as me, then, I mean, it's pointless, right? And since most of you guys don't play the pack, and even if you do play the pack, then I can, I know from Poland that most of you guys are not at this stage of the pack. It's very difficult to just show and not tell. You could try making more short form content. I would really like to, but it's just difficult in this pack. It's so hard to make videos in this pack. It's not built for YouTube. Alright, we're gonna set up neutron accelerators, activators, whatever they're called, here. And as we went over earlier in the stream, these have some special considerations. We need to set up kinetic energy insert, and we need to maintain it between 2 different values to make sure the machine doesn't explode. So things could get quite interesting here. And we want to process low quality, no we don't. We want to process Naquadah adamantium solution. So we're going to do this recipe here. And yeah, you can see in NEI it takes 200 MeV minimum and 230 MeV maximum. If we go over 230 MeV, it's not going to craft. If we're under 230, if we're under 200, it's not going to craft. If we ever reach 1200 MeV, the machine will explode. So first of all, let's build the multi-block. Okay, so then we want to have input hatch. Man, it's taken us so long to get to this point. We're finally here. We're finally at neutron activation. Right here. So one fluid input and then fluid item and fluid output. Wait, what? Item output, fluid output is what I meant to say. Enriched Naquadah is item input and no fluids. And Naquadah is fluid, just items. Alright, so now we have to give it power. Never touch power pass? Okay, never touch power pass. Okay, so we don't need that thingy there. We just need the neutron sensor, which we're going to move to the back, probably. Yeah, let's put the neutron sensors on the back, because they need to be next to the neutron accelerators. And we have a stuck rest. Oh, that's why they haven't crafted. Power in the middle. So neutron accelerator. This is like our energy hatch for Gregtech EU power. So we'll do that, right? Let's get this plugged in to EV power. We need a transformer. And we're going to leave this disconnected for now. Since as soon as we plug this in, as I understand, it's going to start to generate MEV. But we have to be careful here, and we do not want this to fill with MEV until we have controls in place to stop it. Since again, if we are over 1200 MEV, which will happen when the energy hatch or the accelerator converts Gregtech EU into MEV. So as soon as we start to power these hatches, it's going to fill with MEV, which is why we want a neutron sensor here. And I think we had it on greater than 225 MEV. It's less than. If you do less than or equal, it will not flicker. I mean, it shouldn't really make a difference, right? It depends on how the energy is calculated, but I don't think the equals will make a difference. As long as it doesn't go over 230. Yeah, it'll flicker either way. I'm going to remove that, just... And then we want a machine controller here. On the neutron accelerator. And this will be redstone on machine on safe mode. and then we point this into the acceleration hatch. Is that right? I think we've got this the right way. Yes? You got it? Okay, nice. Just making sure. The other ones we'll forget about for now, since we don't have the recipes sorted out. So I'm going to remove this piece of cable right here and remove that, just for safety. Since we're just dealing with the one right now. I want to be extra cautious. Let me just make sure that's saved. It did. Alright, so it tells us the current MEV here. We want safe void on. Did the backup finish? Yeah, it's finished. Let's plug this in. Alright guys, on the edge of your seat. Don't explode this, please. This should start to fill with kinetic energy. Yeah, we're at 16k. We're climbing an MEV. Okay. What are these again? These are neutron accelerators for making Naquadah, for making enriched Naquadah, and for making Naquadria. All parts of the Naquadah line. But this is basically the next step in the chain. To run it through this machine. And we're running this recipe here. So we need to be between 200 and 230 MeV for Naquadah adamantine solution to turn into these three dusts and this fluid. So we have Naquadah adamantine solution here. Or sorry, adamantium solution. We have output hatch, output bus here. We're still getting energy. I have a feeling we should have went with IV power for this. Seems a bit slow. It does, yeah. But keep in mind that once it reaches 215, it's going to start crafting it, and I don't think it goes back down to 0. It's just to get to the kinetic energy we need. Just takes a bit of time. Alright, 206. Is it between 205 or is it 200 and 230? It's crafting. Yes, okay. Adamantine dust, Naquadah oxide mixture. Why is there so many outputs? Oh, do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? That is our neutron activator. It's a nice pulse. It's very loud though. I'm going to turn it back down. Yeah, wob wob. It's cooking. Yeah, it's cooking. And we're also going to put a muffler hatch on this. Okay, current neutron kinetic energy is 225. Yeah, you can see here tiny fluctuations, but that is our neutron sensor doing its work. So when it detects that it's above 225, it will send a redstone signal to this. And because this is only enabled with redstone, it only works with a redstone signal. So therefore it will stop accepting Gregtech energy from our power line underneath, and it will stop converting Gregtech EU into MEV, and it will maintain the 225 MEV that we need to craft the recipe. So hopefully that now makes sense now that you can see it. But that is basically what's going on here. You won't need Naquadah for a while, but for completionist's sake, yeah, we're gonna do it just because we have all this set up. We're in the mindset for it. I'm just gonna do the whole Naquadah line, even though we don't need it until ZPM. We can get it processing, right? Even if it is less than ideal speeds, we can have it processing here and work out any bugs in the system. Alright, so we need this one. We need our large processing factory. So yeah, that's basically what we did. We set up the rest of Naquadah processing. We still have enriched Naquadah and Naquadria dust, which we actually tackled in stream number 9. So we'll have a look at that tomorrow, but yeah, once the neutron activators were built, it was basically just more of the same. Filtering some more electrolyzers, large chemical reactors, blast furnaces, centrifuges, and stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of things to get filtered, but yeah, it was quite complex to put it all together, get all the pieces working properly and dealing with all the byproducts in the correct way. But yeah, I encourage you again to check out the VODs if you're interested in any of the specific details. Alright guys, we did it. We have Naquadah. The first part of Naquadah. Our neutron activator is still going. We're at 225 MeV. It's a little hard to see here, but yeah, no explosions. Which is awesome. We've ran through all of our input material, so yeah, not bad. Still a bit to go, but we'll handle this tomorrow. I really appreciate you guys being here. All the support so far on this stream challenge. This is goodbye. Ellie made you crazy.